crack open a cold one. Grapefruit. How you feel about the 365?
It's fine.
I like it.
They're not going to be hiring me to write any taglines soon, but
It's like 365.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's adequate.
Well, here we are. It's Wednesday at 2. We're trying an hour earlier.
Yeah, we are.
So we can have better family lives. That's why we're here at 2. So we hope you enjoy this. Maybe there's like 100,000 more people watching today just because we bumped it down at 2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, that'll never happen. What are we doing today? Let's show the mono pedal cam. These are all juicy new pedals that I'm really enjoying. The Starlight here we've gone over. I just have it as a delay. I have a nice Memory Man Pink Floyd-y thing going on. But we're going to cover a bunch of new devices. This is not new, but it's so good. New to me. Came in the other day. So I'm going to use it as my overdrive. It's the Diamond Cornerstone. Everything else is literally fairly new releases. I actually don't know about the Minim. I think it's newish. Again, new to me. Whatever. So yeah, we're doing that. And we have a bunch of giveaways. We're going to do Ernie Ball trivia time. So the winner of an Ernie Ball trivia question gets to pick any string that they like by Ernie Ball, and they get sent an entire box. For a person like Nick, that box would last 12 years, right?
That's true.
I'm actually almost, I know you weren't asking me, but I'm almost through my box that I got
I
about 2 months
changed
ago.
So little. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and also, let's go to Josh Cam. We have another Josh Cam. This is moderator Joshua. He's also customer support. So if you ever have any problems, he's the guy helping you. Hold up those posters. We're going to give away some Pedals the Musical posters. A few of these left. We've sold through everything, and that's amazing.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, we have some limited colors here that you can't really tell. It's a little blown
Beautiful.
out. That's fine. And we're going to give away a Hercules guitar stand. Addison can hold that up. Yeah.
Yay. It's a 3, one of the big boys.
Oh,
Trinity.
That's cool.
Trinity stand.
Trifecta.
It's a good one.
Tray.
Yep.
Tray stand. Okay.
You know who uses one of these a lot?
Who?
Rhett Scholl.
Rhett.
Who's
Yeah.
that?
He's that weird guy on YouTube. So the way we're going to do it, go back to the pedalboard cam. We're going to jam on the pedals, and then after each pedal, you can basically be asking questions about the pedal while we're jamming, and then we'll go in and find some good comments there. Does that sound fun?
It sounds like
So
a
fun.
rip-roaring good time.
It does. It does. Let's give away this stand. Let's do
Whoa,
that now.
Right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate.
I have a question.
Yeah?
I have a trivia question for
Okay.
this stand
Let's.
if you want
Yeah,
it.
we're going
Okay.
to ask a question here.
Is it Hercules related again?
It is.
I'm going to ask a question directly into the camera, like this, and
Yep.
then we're going to roll Skillshare ad because this episode is brought to you by the great folks at Skillshare. Go over there and check out, learn stuff, be a better person. So we'll roll that ad, and after the ad, we will announce the winner. So, Addison,
Am I looking into the
yeah,
camera and asking that question?
you do that.
Okay, because you said you were going to do it.
Whatever.
All right, here's the question. First one that we see on our end. You guys ready? Here it goes. In the Disney movie Hercules, what's the name of Hercules' sidekick steed, who he received as a gift from his parents as a child? Go.
I freaking love that character. Skillshare is an online community with thousands of inspiring classes for curious people at every skill level. Explore new skills, get better at the things you already love, get lost in creativity, and join the millions of other people that are already enjoying this platform. There's tons of stuff you can learn on Skillshare. Perhaps you're a really creative person. There are classes for you. Struggling to find resources on how to start your small business? Well, you guessed it. There are classes for that as well. I wish Skillshare had existed when I started JHS. I could have taken a web developing class and made my first website way better. It was bad. And maybe JHS would be as big as Boss or Electro Harmonix by now. Probably not, and that's okay. It's fine. But there are courses that teach you how to record better audio, how to edit video. You can take classes on graphic animation, so if you ever wondered how Nick does the fancy graphic stuff on our show, you can learn to do it yourself. Nick, if you're listening right now, there is a course called Learn How to Mix Music with Young Guru. Frankly, I want all of our jams from here on out to sound like Jay-Z albums. I don't think that's too much to ask, so go take the class, Nick. Maybe I'll take it too. There's even content on how to solder and classes on understanding electronics, which is super cool if you have any interest in building pedals or gear. The classes are put together really well. They're broken down in bite-sized and easy-to-understand pieces. In some classes, they even go so far as to provide shopping links for the supplies you're going to need for that class. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's like college, but way cheaper, and you don't have to get good grades to keep learning. That was always my problem. There's literally thousands of topics, and the best part is that it's less than $10 a month with their annual subscription. That's like 33 cents a day. That's like a penny an hour. I don't know. I didn't really do the math because I'm bad at math, but maybe Skillshare has a math class I should take. I'll look into it. At the end of this stream, we'll be posting a link in the description. The first 1,000 people to use the link will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium. Don't go right now. Go in like 20, 30 minutes after the live's over. It'll be there, and you might really like it. That glitch was my fault. Take it away. Who's the winner of the trifecta stand?
The winner is Fernando Cardenas.
Whoa. And the answer is
Pegasus.
Pegasus.
His name is the thing that he is.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
That's deep.
I don't want to get too deep here, but
That's like the
Pegasus
ground of
is the
being.
name of a Klon clone.
Whoa.
So we actually just tied this back into pedals.
I did that on purpose,
Yeah,
just for the record.
it's amazing. All right, I think where we're at in this episode is we have a couple options, guys. We can pack it up and go home. We gave away a stand, or we can jam.
Ooh.
I think we should jam.
Yeah.
We should go through what pedal do you want to jam on first,
Your
Josh?
shirt is so bright. I just want to say
I'm just trying
it's
to
flaming hot.
I'm trying to channel summer vibes today.
I think it's the monitor that I adjusted settings for.
It's
It's
fine.
not actually his.
Let's jam. I'm playing. This guitar has a story. Yes, I am that big. It looks like a mandolin. This is a normal Strat. It's like a rosewood everything.
Wait, even the body's rosewood?
I don't think the body.
Oh.
It's a maple body. Rosewood neck. I bought all this stuff off Fleabay, and these are Lawler pickups, and it sat in a case at the luthier for 2.5 years because the neck pocket wasn't level. We're good to go now. I got it about 2 weeks ago.
Yo.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
It's great.
Nice.
It's a great
It's a
little
Strat,
dude.
right?
It's a Strat. You know, a Strat. There's a question here in an episode that I've been contemplating doing. Let me know in the comments if you want to see this. Is a Strat a Strat?
Ooh, I want to see that.
Yeah, because I have a lot of Strats,
Right?
and there's so many types of Strats. Anyway, so I'm playing the 2-Rock, the Mayer Signature. That's the reverb from that.
I heard that makes you play exactly like John Mayer.
It does. When I pick it up, it's strange. Like,
Whoa.
yeah.
It's like you didn't even have to practice.
No, I don't even know what I'm doing. It's just.
Are you using his settings?
What
I
are
don't know.
his
All right,
settings?
Benson, Germanium Fuzz. Let's go there.
Yeah.
This, I just want to say, even things I make aren't really impressive sometimes. They're just good. Like, not everything in life's impressive.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that. Like a
Like-
hot dog isn't impressive. It's good.
There
though.
are things that I love, that you love, that everyone watching loves. They're not impressive.
Right.
They're
right.
just life.
Uh-huh.
Fuzz is life sometimes.
Yeah.
This Benson, it impresses me.
Wow.
It's a Germanium Fuzz. You can place anywhere. Now notice it says temperature controlled. One of the
Temperature
problems with
controlled.
germanium devices is that they get hot and have more gain, or get cold and have less gain. You have to bias them, and you have to put them at certain places in the chain. He fixed both those problems.
How?
He sent me a video on his cell phone. I'm going to play it. Here's how this works, then we're going to jam on it. So gather your questions, because you can ask them after we jam. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Hey, I'm Chris Benson, and Josh wanted me to explain this thing, which is the temperature-controlled Germanium Fuzz. So basically, germanium transistors, when they get too hot or too cold, they just start sounding, acting funny. So I had an idea, because I love the sound of germanium. I had the idea to take the transistors like this. This is a 2N404, and heat sink a resistor to it, which is, there you go. Basically stick it on there with some, what do they call it, thermal grease, and then run current through this. This warms up, that'll warm up the transistor, and when the transistor gets to where it wants to be, this shuts off, and it'll just kind of always be at the temperature every time you turn it on. So the fuzz pedal always sounds the same, even if you're playing it outside or inside an igloo. There you go. Have a good one.
Wow.
So he fixed a 60-year-old problem. Literally, like, so the Maestro 61 is designed, released in 62, and ever since then. Even stories like the Maserati Fuzz, which a lot of people are aware of, the first, it's supposedly 100, I don't know, I don't believe that. It's probably 1,000 units had germanium, and it was so bad, they kept getting returns because when people laid it on concrete floors, it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Like it was cold.
Yeah.
I heard about people putting stuff in like the freezer because they like the sound of the low gain better or whatever.
Dwayne Allman would put his fuzz faces in the refrigerator.
Dude, what a like crazy! It's like so smart and like it. I know it's like probably not a simple idea, but it's like he laid a thing on top of another thing and it fixed the problem.
What happens if it gets too hot?
I mean, knowing Chris, that's not a problem. I mean, he thought it through. Yeah. It's impressive.
That's crazy.
Cool. So let's play
Let's jam on it.
I don't actually, I've never seen the schematic. I think that it's like a fuzz face-ish stuff, which I hate saying that because that means nothing, because you change one part in a fuzz face and it's a totally different circuit. You know, there's hundreds of fuzz face style circuits. So let's turn it on here. We have a gain, volume, and impedance. So that's impedance is gonna change how it reacts. So if you have it later in your chain, you can play with that and simulate your pickup. That's really useful. Like basically inside of this is a pickup simulator, and he's using a transformer and loading the front of the circuit in the same way that the coil of a pickup does. So it's crazy.
Oh, so that's how
the other
you
problem.
It's giving it more like voltage on the front end.
It's giving it a different resistance, as if it's seeing your guitar and not the buffer of another pedal.
Oh, wow.
So not only did he fix the temperature thing, he used
that's
this.
so smart.
Yeah. It's that PV hat he was wearing. And it cleans up, so a little verb. Yeah. Let's do
That's dope.
start a beat, and we're just gonna stumble into a jam.
Okay.
Anything you want, man.
Anything?
We're gonna do it in A and see what happens.
Okay. Cool.
Pedal World News.
That's obviously not the slide there, but that's fine. Yeah, in a way, that was pedal world news, right?
It's true. It's
Yeah, it's like
it's
this
new.
whole episode is kind of Pedal World news.
There's cues for the live. They're right next to my mute switch, and my big giant
Whoops.
hand slapped like 7 cues. So
All 7.
no, it just felt that way.
It just
We're gonna
was
move it
really
over.
one of them.
All right, what's some questions on this Benson Germanium Fuzz temperature controlled from Portland, Oregon? What do we got over there?
Yeah, we didn't have that many about the Benson specifically, except Adrian DeMartils asked if the resistor on top of the transistor is the same as a bias control on other Germanium fuzzes.
I wouldn't. Again, you can. Chris is on Instagram. He's amazing. He'll probably answer everything. I don't think it would be. So the bias control on a fuzz is going to come off of, your emitter, or you can do it from the collector. So there's 3 legs on a transistor. One is where your signal goes in, and then you control voltage on the extremes of the transistor. What he's doing is more about the actual temperature inside the fuzz. So in a way, he's built a strange little HVAC air conditioning heating unit, sort of. It's
Yeah.
like having heated, cooled floors in
It's
your
like
bathroom.
he has like a miniature hot plate in there.
Yeah.
They just turn it on.
Yeah.
Cooking the
He made a pedal griddle.
pedal griddle. Yeah. TM. Pedal griddle.
The Benson pedal griddle. Cooking up. Okay. All right. Next.
Mike
That
wants
sounded
to
good.
know
Ooh.
if
Come on,
this
Mike.
resistor heat sink method, does it work in hotter environments, though? If you're outside and it's summer and it's 100 degrees, does that negate the effect of the transistor? I mean, the resistor.
I would think it still works because it's heat sinking. It's taking on the conductance of heat from the metal transistor and sinking it. Yeah. I think it would still work. Again, Chris, we'll have Chris on the show one day. We'll break this down and we'll do a class. We'll do like a TED talk. And we'll be on CBS Nightly News with this because it's that good.
Yeah.
I thought it sounded awesome. I was getting overdrive sounds. These are really weak pickups, so it was really nice. I liked it.
nice.
One more quick
love
question. There's a few people asking what makes a rat not a fuzz, or what makes a distortion a fuzz.
If a rock falls from a mountain,
Okay. Here we go. Sorry, I just need to. I'm sorry.
Buckle
this
up.
is the sound of me putting my seatbelt on. Click. All right.
All right.
Continue.
if a rock falls from a mountain and begins at the peak or the echelon of said mountain, say a goat.
Okay.
A goat hits the rock. It's walking around and it goes, oh, and it hits the rock and it rolls. The goat looks away, doesn't care, but the rock rolls for an hour down this. That's a big mountain. No one sees it. Did it happen?
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
My answer to that is no one's ever answered. The rat is a distortion in the same way that a big muff is a distortion.
It's like the Einstein-Rosenberg bridge.
Or the theory of relativity that caused time travel. So, no, let me rephrase that. The big muff is a fuzz that's a distortion. The rat is a distortion that's also a fuzz.
Whoa.
Does that resonate at everybody?
Yeah.
Where's the crossover point? When does it start to feel like a fuzz? Is there a...
When it gets sloppy and gooey.
Right, okay.
And it gets so clipped that...
Yeah, there you go. It's just a square if you're looking at it.
It's
in
a
Pro Tools.
square.
Okay.
Yeah. You had to bring up Pro Tools, didn't you?
I did.
I still use Logic. Real man's DAW.
That's not what
That's
they
the
say.
working man's DAW.
They might say that.
Okay. Next up. This is fun. I like
fun.
this.
This is fun.
I'm having fun. All right. Let's go to this Electro Harmonix pedal here. Go down to the cam. The Ripped Speaker. The Electro Harmonix
Whoa.
Ripped Speaker. Addison, what in the world could this simulate?
Well, my guess is it's some sort of delay or reverb
No,
device.
Nick, what do you think this simulates?
Okay, well, I could be a goofus or I could answer the question straight up. It sounds like maybe this is emulating. It sounds like it's hearkening back to the legends of people slashing their speakers.
Legends. True story. Up in the cubbies up here, there's a speaker that I bought a year and a half ago for an episode on where I actually was going to.
I remember this.
And we should do that soon.
Yeah.
It'd be super easy.
People got really mad at you when you sliced through that speaker.
Yeah, I
They
had
got
an
really
episode
mad.
where I did cut an old speaker, and yeah, it was like I killed animals live on TV
Yeah.
or something. This simulates the sound of ripped speakers, which there's a couple notable legends. There's 3 legends. The first is it's going to be Ike Turner, Rocket 88. The speaker gets dropped on the side of the highway, and Sam Phillips at pre-Sun, Memphis Recording, shoves a piece of paper in the back to hold the broken or ripped speaker together. Another is that Link Ray Rumble poked holes in his speaker. I don't think that's true. Whatever. And then another one is the Kinks, You Really Got Me, where supposedly they're 2 brothers. They're kind of like Liam and Noel of Oasis, but way before Oasis they hated each other. And supposedly one of the brothers, Ray Davies, they're the Davies brothers, he had a knitting needle. Why he had a knitting needle, I don't know. And he supposedly stabbed little holes in the speakers. But then the other brother claims he stabbed the holes. And they fought for like 50 years over who stabbed the holes in the speaker. And there's a lot of reason to believe it never actually happened.
Yeah.
So let's play this. What does a ripped speaker sound like? It sounds like a misbiased fuzz pedal.
Yeah.
So that's what sounds good.
Yeah, sounds really good.
So this is your volume tone. So I'm trying to. I always like to figure out what might be the basics of a circuit. There's like nobody reinvented the wheel here, so there's some popular fuzz circuit. It doesn't feel like a big muff. Then this knob is rip. So this is a bias knob probably to the second transistor. So like on our 3 Series fuzz, you could do some of this. So the 3 Series could be a ripped speaker too. This is tuned really nice though. It has a cutoff point on the far end. And another cutoff on this end.
Oh, that's kind of an interesting way to do that.
And then if you roll it up a little on the front, there's not much of a rip. This sounds like a good fuzz. And then you have a fuzz knob. So let's try to play You Really Got Me.
Okay.
That's too much.
Can
What's
you-
the perfect knitting needle ripped tone, Nick?
that is interesting. Yeah. Mute your mic.
Nailed it.
That was
Just because a song starts on a note doesn't mean it's in the key of the note started.
Ooh.
Right?
That's
That's theory.
That's some theory for you.
burn. That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. I think there could be someone out there. Let me talk to you. You're skeptical. You're saying they just threw a bias knob and a fuzz. Maybe they did, but they did it really well. And the sound it produces in all proximities is the sound of what I would say is a ripped speaker.
It seemed... sorry.
It's not about how you get somewhere. It's what you do when you're there.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
So it's not about the journey.
What were you going to say, Addison?
I was
going to
say...
boldly cut you off?
No. I actually boldly cut you off. It seemed like... What? It seemed like the tone knob, is that what you were turning? Was quite interactive to the sort of bias of the circuit. I could be crazy.
No, it is.
Okay.
The thing is, I think that could be a Big Muff tone control. It's a Big Muff tone control is very specific,
Nice.
and it's in a lot of famous circuits. Like the Arion Chorus has a Big Muff tone control.
So my
Like-
initial thing about it not being a fuzz could have been correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Harkens back to...
It gets there's this. I'm gonna say this is probably a fuzz similar to like the Satisfaction, which is like a Jordan Boss tone thing, misbiased with a control knob, and maybe a Big Muff. That's if I'm not in the kitchen watching them cook, but if I'm tasting the meal,
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm tasting.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
Love it.
Any questions on the ripped speaker from Electro Harmonix?
Yes. There is. I'm trying to... This sounds a little convoluted to me, so let me see if I... Let me ask a different question. A razor blade. Where does the razor blade come into the lore?
It, Link Ray could have used... They're all unprovable stories, every one of them. Even the one which I really believe is the Ike Turner, Rocket 88, the amp falls out, Sam Phillips shoves paper in. And I really believe that because you see him record Howling Wolf at the same time, and it leads up to Elvis, and everything's evolving with him, like allowing distortion as a producer. I feel like there's a better provability to a method of someone's mind there, like the method of Sam Phillips wanting that sound. Everything else is a little bit like it could be on the level of like some of the Les Paul stories where like the guy says he did it. Is that enough? Probably not. It never is. How many famous people said they did things they didn't do?
Right.
I'm gonna let that sit there.
I just had a thought. I almost wonder if shoving paper in the back of the cone, when you touch the speaker, it buzzes. That probably increased that sound.
So what instead of ripped speaker, they could do flapped speaker.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not a better name, but might be more accurate.
Yeah, I really think this is cool. I will say if you're a fuzz aficionado, grab one. It's super cheap for one. And then, who cares what the topology is? It's a really good product that says what it does, and it does what it says.
That's amazing.
Nailed it.
You're just full of these sayings today. You're really on fire.
I'm
Just telling
trying.
you.
I'm trying. All right. Any more questions? One more?
Is it misbiased if that was the sound you were going for? From a technical perspective, is there any chance of damaging the components like a misbiased tube amp?
Such a good question.
And what Davies brother were you?
I don't remember the other guy's name, so I'm the one guy I know. It's Ray. Okay. How did he worded it really well. Read the first part there.
Is it misbiased?
Okay. It is biasing is a technical thing that has a truth. So when you have a 9-volt power supply, you have a transistor rated at least 9 volts. You need to cut the supply voltage in half to bias said transistor when it's in a certain arrangement. So 4.5 volts is what you would correctly bias a transistor to in a fuzz face. Or some other fuzzes. So 4.5 volts, half supply voltage is perfect bias, and that will usually achieve big, creamy, perfect sustain the Benson is probably biased at 4.5 or something like that to taste. Misbiasing it can't hurt it because you can't hurt something by underpowering it in the analog world. A dying battery isn't going to hurt your pedal. A dying battery will misbias a fuzz, but it'll sound a little different. If you overbias it, it'll just won't work. Like if your 9 volts isn't going to hurt the part, but if you go on a fuzz face up into around 7.5 or 8 volts, you won't hear anything. That's what's happening here. So if I had to, again, I'm not in the kitchen, but I'm eating the meal. This is what I hear. 1 volt probably. Turning the knob. 2 volts. It's probably a linear taper knob. 4.5. That's probably biased. And it sounds familiar. And also it'll clean up really nice if it's biased.
What did we hear kick in as you... Did you catch that?
Yeah, it's going to be the part turning on.
Oh, nice. Cool.
So
okay.
Biasing it is all about turning it on to spec.
Got it.
If I go up further, we were over biased. 7 volts. Now we're just destroying it. Probably 8 volts. Might even be 9 for all I know. So this is a transistor saying, "Please God, turn off the heater."
Yeah. So you can double bias. You can bias with your guitar as well.
That would be more of an input voltage change. So there's supply voltage bias, and then there's input voltage, because your guitar pickups are an actual component. They're a coil, and you're turning down the volts.
Gotcha.
It sounds like my guitar has volts. Well, it's like it's not gonna kill you, or it's passive voltage. So a Strat pickup all the way up. I don't actually remember the measurements. 5 volts or something. Yeah.
Cool.
That's why humbuckers have more voltage and they clip an amp quicker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Man, we just really went into some deep thought there. All right. SolidGold effects. Let's look at this guy. This is new. Very new.
It's got sliders.
The Imperial. It is stinking beautiful. SolidGold is from Canada, so I know they're nice. Never talked to them, but they're really nice.
I can attest they are really nice.
Addison talked to them. Yeah. I'm looking forward to... I want to do a bio on SolidGold. I've loved their stuff for a long time. This pedal is based off of a circuit that's magical. Really rare. And special. It's the Jumbo Fuzz.
Oh, thus the sliders.
So go down to that pedalboard cam and back and forth real annoyingly. Stare into the top. Yeah. Stare at the... Wait. Go. Stare at the Imperial. Back. Okay. All right. So let's play it for a second here. This is their take on the Jumbo, and the Jumbo is a form of a ram's head clone. Electro Harmonix 73 through 77 or 77, I think. They made a big muff called the ram's head because it had a little creepy looking ram head on the corner.
That sounds good.
Sounds real good. And, you know, there's some secret sauce in here. Yeah. This contour knob is cool. It's a mid focus. Let's jam. I'll do a riff. I think I have.
Cool.
And on the A. That almost fell apart, but we saw it falling apart.
We saved it.
That's a good pedal. I like how it's gating there. Let's talk about this Memory Man setting on the Starlight.
Ooh, thank you.
That sounds so good. So there's a gate control on the Jumbo Fuzz, right?
Sustained tone and volume. It's a straight up big muff style. But it has, I think the Jumbo, again, this is stretching my brain. I think that it has a gate circuit added to the ram's head. And it's inside. It's part of the, there's not a control here. That's part of why it's not like a clone.
Got it. I bet that'd sound good on bass.
Oh, I bet it'd be sick on bass.
Really cool on bass.
Yep.
Here's how bright it gets. Which sounds amazing. And here's dark.
Uh-oh. I might want one of those. That's good.
Imperial Mk2
Yo.
from Canada. Would love. Any
Now I
questions?
definitely want
Any
one.
questions on this?
No.
Okay. Well,
No one cares about SolidGold.
you know when something's good, nobody asks questions.
That's true.
I think that fuzz looks as good as it sounds, which is amazing. It's really cool.
Here's a good fuzz, just a general fuzz question. Any tricks to using any of these fuzz pedals and still cutting through the band mix in a live setting?
Yeah, so the Imperial literally has a contour knob. Boost your mids.
Totally brilliant.
So with any other fuzz, like take the Benson, you have the danger, which is part of the charm. You don't have mids, but this does. It's chunky.
That light, that indicates the gate turning on, doesn't it? You
Yeah.
see that on the right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh. So wait, there is a gate slider on there?
No, just a light.
Oh,
showing
it just okay.
The added control is contour mids,
Oh, got it.
which is awesome for a big muff style.
So there's
circuit.
a gate inside of it, but it's like just set.
Gate circuit, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's like a preset gate.
Do you at any point drive the pedal so hard that the gate quits functioning? Is that a thing that occurs with that pedal?
I don't know.
Just curious.
I have a Les Paul over here, but I'm too lazy to try it
Hey, man.
because I'm enjoying the Strat. Because it took 2 years to get the neck pocket
You
fixed.
do you.
So I answer a lot. I get a lot of emails that
you do.
say, hey, my fuzz is in the middle of my chain and it sounds really bad.
Yeah, put it first.
And I say put it first. I have repaired fuzzes. I have modded fuzzes. And I have no idea why you can put a big muff in other places in your chain. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, the big muff, so the big muff topology, the Imperial, or any other big muff style circuit, you can put it anywhere. It's not as fragile as some of these others. A lot of that has to do with the fact that most fuzzes, take the Benson fuzz face-ish. I'll even assume this ripped speaker. I'm assuming a lot, but maybe it's a boss tone kind of thing. Those are 2 transistor fuzzes. One is basically an input stage, and the second is where the fuzz is created, so like a clipping stage. That's not a very stable circuit, but a big muff style circuit has 4 transistor stages. It actually has buffers on the front and back, so to speak. So it's not affected so much. What happens if you look at the board here, this has this pedal in front of it, I believe. So this is going to receive the input. It's going to receive the output impedance of the pedal in front of it. If this is a Boss pedal, it's going to be a buffer with a crazy different impedance than your guitar pickups, and the front of this is going to receive it, and it's going to screw with a simple fuzz. It won't really hurt a complex fuzz like this. But if you put a Boss pedal before a classic Germanium, Benson fixed the problem, but if that was just a normal fuzz face, you're going to screw with what it needs to. It's just such a simple circuit that it has to be babied. It's not even, I mean, to say it bluntly, like Fuzz Face's original tone benders and stuff, it's not a good circuit. From a technical, like, real life standpoint, it's not very good. But it sounds great.
Yeah, and there are people who I've said that to, and they say, hey, I really like the way my rig sounds with my fuzz somewhere else that's not at the beginning.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
That's the other thing is just try stuff. You might like it.
We need to make a stinger.
We do. All right, Mr. O. Looking down here, Mojohand Effects. Mojohand has a history. We did an episode on Mojohand.
We did.
Yeah, and you can go watch that. But John Cusack is now the owner of this brand, and they've been putting out some really great stuff. And they've been replicating some really classic sounds. They replicated the Memory Man, really cool pedal. And this is the Mr. O phase shifter. So it is this pedal here. This is the first ever phase circuit pedal. It's not really, it had a remote with pedals, but it actually has a mic stand mount, and so you would put it up on a mic stand. Keyboard players would use it and stuff. Tom Oberheim designed this and basically invented what we know of as a phaser. It has rocker switches. It's beautiful. It's bigger than my head.
What year did that come out? Do you know? 70 something? Is that the date?
74, I think. 74, something like that.
It looks like the 70s.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
So this replicates that. Let's turn it on. Let's see here. That's stinky. See, let's turn the depth up and start to see what. So I think every knob at noon, if I'm correct, is like the stockish sound of the Maestro. Yeah. So the big rocker switches on a Maestro are speed. So let's play with speed first. So slow it way down. Turn on some reverb. I can hear that on roads in my head. Let's go a little more speed. 3/4 speed. Fastest speed.
That sounds good.
That's the fast rocker.
Yeah.
So originally, this really was. A lot of people think the Univibe was designed to sound like a Leslie. That wasn't what he was doing. It just worked. This really was. Oberheim was going after that.
Sounds good.
Man, I want to say juicy again.
Yeah.
Say it.
A three-dimensional.
I need to pull my strap up, and that's okay.
That's how I wear my guitar. It's pretty high, especially when I'm playing bass.
One thing we're learning on these lives is if you're watching this, you don't really care what we do. So I just pulled my strap up. I have nothing to prove. All right. Let's play some like People Get Ready, but not the bad Rod Stewart version. I know Jeff Beck's on that recording, and a lot of people just unsubscribed, but it's fine.
Don't forget to mute your mics.
I'm going to turn on this Diamond for some drive. Feels really good. This Diamond, I'll talk about it for a second. I think they've made this for a while. I am wanting to do my favorite Diamond pedals, and I realize there's some that I've seen and never played, so naturally I need to play them all to decide what's my favorite.
Heck yeah.
So I had most of them, and I've seen this on a few boards. It's really stinking impressive. So it's 2 gain controls, and it's doing everything from light gain. Let me turn the phase. I'll turn Mister O back on, but it has a mid control, which we just talked about cutting through. So gain 1 is like a preamp, and then you can cascade, I believe, with more of a power tube kind of thing. I just want to point out how freaking amazing this thing sounds. So back to the phaser with it, a little bit of verb. I like it because it doesn't have a tone control.
Oh, really?
Like sometimes just
Let it do its thing.
make it sound right. You know what I'm saying?
Take my options away.
Did I miss? Do you know what it is? Is it its own thing?
I don't.
Cool.
I will call and interview them at some point. One
I
of
think
us will.
that I think the switch on there in the middle is a tone, sort of a tone shaping thing.
Yeah, I think it's probably the mids. Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably like a low, high, mid thing. Let's see. It's hard to hear with phaser on, but I don't want to turn the phaser on. That's a really nice pedal.
Touch sensitive.
Both of these. Mr. O, what I like about this, and let's answer a question if there are any. It's rare to find 3-knob phasers, period. It looks awesome, and it's based on a super classic circuit. That's what I like about it. So if you're a phaser fan, it's definitely a must pick up, because you don't want to use this one because it's big and stupid and it'll break on you. So just buy the other one. Yeah. Any questions on this?
Number 1, Patrick McManus says that song should be called "Your Body Is a Slumberland."
Which song?
The one you just played, your last jam.
People get ready. So
yeah.
How do you?
I think maybe it's because it's also
Yeah.
we're slow dancing in a burning room.
Yeah.
It's also that same chord progression.
Is it every John Mayer song? Am I allowed to say that?
There's a couple.
You did
It
say
could
it.
also be "Waiting on the World to Change" too.
Oh wait. So
It's
it's a little different. I don't know.
Play it. World to change.
Well, yeah. I think it's pretty obvious that he's going after this sound.
Yeah.
Like,
Not Your Body's a Wonderland, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's
Slumberland.
not- well, even still.
Slumberland.
your body is a slumberland. I don't know. I don't know how to fit that in.
Nope.
All right.
Doesn't work.
Any real questions?
Yeah. Really quick one. Does the Mr. O have an expression option?
It doesn't. But if you're crafty and you want to ruin something,
You can always make an expression out.
We've done a few of those. Is there a difference in the
I want to say
general?
this. John Cusack, if you're watching, do a bigger, just a double version with tap tempo, because you're Mr. Tap Tempo. That would be sick.
Is there a difference in the general topology of a phase shifter and a phaser like the Phase 90?
No. So when Keith Barr designed the Phase 90, he actually refused to look at this. He said he knew about this. He didn't want to look at it because he didn't want to rip it off. And he, yes and no. They're all phasers. They're knocking it in and out of phase. So you do it with op amps, you do it with transistors, you do it with different stages. You do like more or less stages. Yes and no. I don't think I helped anybody with that answer.
Hey, it's okay.
Not really.
For those out there that are curious to know how much it costs, it's $149. I realize we should probably be telling people how much these cost, so you can go buy one, because I kind of want a couple
on
of
the
these.
internet.
That's
right now.
true, but they're watching us. I don't want them to have
That's
to
true.
leave.
We need
you know what
to
I'm saying?
provide all information.
Exactly.
Look at me.
That's
Look
what
at
I
me in
want.
the eyes. I'm sorry I haven't told you the prices. I need you to forgive me and click subscribe again. Okay. Any more?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Like the color knob, what exactly are you changing when you're rolling that color knob back and forth?
That's a great. I was wondering that exactly. I was curious. It's a frequency pass, I believe. It's a tone. I have seen color labeled on a couple Japanese pedals where it was actually staging. So it gets confusing in my head.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm going to... Yeah, it's a high pass. Or is it a low pass?
Oh.
Well, because somehow they're the same thing. Like
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
Wait, no, they're
Yeah,
not.
so here's the color all the way up.
Yeah.
You hear the hiss, the whoosh, whoosh, up top.
And then down. I tell you what, a good clean amp, a Strat in the middle position, the neck middle, and a slow phase.
It's wonderful.
Someone's going to roll that knob up, hear that oscillation, and email Cusack and say that it's wrong.
They are.
Sometimes the knob's all the way up isn't what you're supposed to do sometimes.
They're not.
But sometimes it is what you're supposed to do sometimes.
But honestly, do what you want to do sometimes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
Let's do
you know
Ernie,
what?
Ernie. Well, go ahead.
Oh, well,
No,
it
you
was weird
wrap it
because
up.
I was gonna say, I think I smell something.
What do you smell?
I think I smell Ernie Ball trivia time.
Today's Ernie Ball Trivia Time is brought to you by Ernie Ball. Guys, thank you for giving away strings to our viewers. Big
It's so
shout out
nice.
to them. It's so cool. And they make great strings. I actually switched to Ernie Ball strings recently because I did get a box of them. And I genuinely, I'm being real, I like the way they age. Don't
Huh?
you guys
interesting.
might make fun
Is
of
there
me.
a market for aged strings?
Dude, oh my gosh. Hold on.
Nick, yours
Full
would
stop.
be worth thousands of dollars.
Bro, we but do like
That's a thing.
do like
It's gotta be.
You gotta do like celebrity age strings where you get John Mayer to play like a pack of Ernie balls for like 6 months, and then you get like 6 month like aged, but then you get like a good 12 year.
It comes with a verification
12
that
year.
his dead skin is.
Yeah,
in the
it's like
strings.
it comes with a DNA test.
Forget JHS
Dude,
pedals.
we're gonna do.
We're done.
We gotta think of a name for the string company.
What's the family tree thing where people? What's that site?
For
It's
Uh,
like
23andMe?
family.
Yeah,
it's
23andMe
the other
or-
one.
Ooh.
I don't know. Anyway, it's like it turns
Ancestry.com.
into
There it
Ancestry. They do an ancestry profile on vintage strings.
Yeah, dude. But like you get it and it's like it's got that John Mayer crust on it.
I'm grossed out by the more descriptive
What's
we
the
get
question?
here.
You get to pick any string you want.
That's it. You get a full box of any Ernie Ball string that you want. If you answer this question right, and if it shows up in our chat first, Joshua's the one that's
We're gonna
That's
do a
it.
jam and
Yep.
then
Then we'll come back.
come
and-
back,
Yep. Cool. All right. So here's the question. Everybody ready? What Ernie Ball band set the Guinness World Record for being the first musical act to perform on every continent?
Whoa, that's like a deep.
that's a fire question.
It is. Here it is again. What Ernie Ball band set the Guinness World Record for being the first musical act to perform on every continent? Go.
Okay,
Sweet.
back to that monocam. Let's talk about the Windmiller by Aclam. They make amps and stuff, and they have the Dr. Robert, which I've shown on the show, which is like this Vox thing. They're doing clever stuff. They have their own enclosure. This is a system that mounts into their pedal boards. I think the cases look sick no matter what board they're on.
They look hefty too.
they-
Like you
they-
can't tell from this angle, but my lord, it looks like you could. It's like weapons grade like shielding.
Yeah. So this is a crazy thing. simulates a Grampian reverberation unit type 636, serial number 1138, which Pete Townsend used as a saturation tool to drive his amps.
Yo, now I'm interested.
Yeah, and just like the
Dang.
Dr. Robert is this random Vox amp that like they're doing a really cool thing with a historical narrative, so you know I like it. Now here's what's interesting. We're probably going to need to this doesn't have a master volume. It's made to basically hit the front of an amp and kill you. So I'm playing an amp that's it's too clean for this, so we're going to have to turn this joker way up. And we're fine in the room because I'm in an ISO cab, but
I'm turning your feed down. Go ahead.
I'm going to turn my verb off, turn the pedal on, and you
Give
have
it a
gain, low cut, high cut. That's it. And this lights up as I overload it.
Cool.
I'm just going to keep going.
Give it some juice, man.
So off. So this is simulating this unit he used to drive his amps. I'm going to have to admit, I'm not really familiar with a lot of Who songs.
I'm not either.
And that's okay. I haven't gotten there.
Yeah.
We've had these discussions in the shop about listening to a band's discography and trying to like explore. I just haven't gotten there with the Who.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make up something that I feel like you could play while doing the windmill thing with your hand.
Right.
That's Pete
Yeah.
Townsend.
Are you going to do the windmill thing with your hand?
No, because I'll hit the table and knock the streaming computer off the
Okay.
stand. So let's do something AGA and try not to sound like AC/DC and try to make it sound like the Who.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to sound a lot like AC/DC.
Let's see. Let's see. Sounds like ACD. Okay, yeah, it was basically really bad AC/DC.
It was like busy AC/DC.
Yeah.
We tried.
What? Now I just want to go listen to the Who and figure out what they.
Yeah.
The attitude's right,
I think
but
so.
that didn't feel right.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I have it in me.
I think
'cause
we'll get there one day.
Yeah. In the comments, ridicule what you just heard.
Yeah. Tell us how the Who we were. It sounds dope.
It's slamming. Yeah, I would like to hear this through like a normal amp that's not 100. I literally
Right.
have an amp over here that's 100 clean watts.
What did he play? Do you remember? Was it an AC?
He played like high watts
okay.
and other stuff.
Nice.
And, he used a super fuzz for a while. Like, there's a lot of combinations of things. I really like this. If you're a boost person, boost for a lot of you may not know it. It's the overdrive you've always wanted. So this may be really cool for some of you who play lower wattage amps. You don't like overdrive pedals. You feel like they mess with your frequencies. Try something like this. This is really cool. They had a Kickstarter campaign and they surpassed it on this. So this is a successful Kickstarter pedal, a very rare thing. And yeah,
cool.
there we go. Any questions on it?
No. Yes. Saz Kasaba just asked, is it a preamp or just a drive? And what's the difference?
It's a preamp. It's a it's a gain stage made to slam into the front of an amp. It's a preamp amplifier. So it's an amplifier that you put into the front of an amp. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow. That's deep.
It is deep.
Should we figure out who won Ernie Ball trivia time?
Go for it.
Yeah. Who won Ernie Ball?
And what was
trivia
the
time?
answer
Is
too?
it who won?
Oh, that was brilliant. Hey.
What's the price? Do you know
The what?
the price?
The price of what?
The pedal.
The
that we
Windmiller.
Windmiller.
Oh, I
don't
haven't.
know.
Nope. I'll look it up.
No one knows.
We'll say it.
It costs money. NFTs. Bitcoins.
I think it's an NFT, yeah. So the answer to the question, what Ernie Ball band set the Guinness World Record for being the first musical act to perform on every continent was Metallica.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was Metallica. Not Dolly Parton. I saw that name go through a few times. And Scott McDonald, you are the winner of the Ernie
to
Ball
go,
strings.
Scott.
Please email vlog@jhspedals.com. If you're not Scott McDonald, don't email us
Yeah.
because we'll be mean to you if you do.
Yeah.
I played the wrong notes. Hey, while you're playing that, it's good undertone music to how much this is. It's $317. It's 269 euros.
Yeah, but hey, it's made like a tank. It's
Yep.
unique. They're doing good stuff, and yeah, I like what they're doing. I've said that 10 times. I really love what they're doing. The boards are cool too. All right, let's do the Minim. Old
Minim.
Blood Noise. Brady,
Good
I
old
salute
Blood
you.
Noise.
This is a good looking pedal. Let's look down at this pedal. That's a good looking pedal.
It's pretty
Does it
cool.
sound good? We're about to be the judge and the jury.
I would leave you in a heartbeat to go work with Old Blood Noise.
He's made this pretty clear.
Oh, wow.
I love whoever does the we're gonna do an Old Blood Noise bio and play a ton of stuff. Brady sent in. This is one that he sent in, so it's new to me. I'm looking at the wall. There's like some killer, this flat light
Yeah, there's
pedal.
so
Oh my
many cool
gosh,
ones.
it's so good. I had a real battle on what to put on the board here for today. So what we have is essentially a reverb, delay, and reverse. So reverb with harmonic trim on it, modulated delay, reverse section, and an order switch to put the reverse first or last. So
That's
I'm
cool.
going to stand up and just twiddle with the knobs here for a
Yeah.
second because
Nice.
it's way out on the table.
It's $229 for the record. Or you can buy one used on Reverb right now for $180. But if you're listening to this after we stream this thing, it's probably sold.
All right. Reverb control. Time. So.
Did you turn the reverb all the way off? Okay, cool.
It's a little Radiohead style
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
there. Tree fingers. Addison wouldn't know.
I'm working on it.
Feedback.
It has. They say it has nearly infinite repeats.
Let's test that. How long can we stream?
I don't know. I think, does YouTube have an infinity meter?
That's so cool.
That is actually really, that's dope. And it doesn't like, it's not like traditional delay feedback runaway. That's cool. Yeah.
Welcome to your Krusty's Tonehouse.
Gross.
Decay. That's going to be verb. So blend. Let's turn on the verb. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get a.
I'm so interested in this reverb.
Let's get a very. Let's try with a Here's a normal kind of delay. I would probably use. What's still a late?
That modulation is very,
That's the mix. Yeah.
very nice.
Okay. So here's a normal verb sound I might use. delay sound, sorry. So good. Here we go. Everybody buckled?
I'm buckled. Ooh, is that the
Harmonic trim, yeah.
That's cool.
Let me reverse it.
It's reverse reverb or delay?
Reverb.
It adds some sort of pitch thing too. Is that in the reverse setting? Or is there a knob for that? Or is that just kind of the... It's like a shimmer.
It's in the
action.
reverse setting.
Nice.
So let's do like E minor walk. G F sharps like. Feels so emotional. Do you have like a spoken word thing you want to do over this?
I mean, I do. Or do I? Can you flip the order on the reverse?
Yeah, I did mid song.
You did? Can you hear it? Can you do it by itself? I was really curious what that was going to sound like.
Yeah, let's check it out. So
oh, that's cool. That's rad.
It's a great pedal.
It's such a flavor box. Like it's like you're not.
It is.
That's one of those pedals that's in that category where it's like if you need to get out of a creative rut or something, it's like pick this up. That's my pitch for this pedal.
What did you call it? Flavor
box.
That's a good name.
It has a nice flavor profile.
Yeah.
Let's give away some posters.
Remember
Josh.
how I was saying I would leave you?
Yeah.
I just really love that pedal.
It's so nice.
That whatever you guys just did there, I went somewhere.
You went far away from your job.
I'm not sure where I went, but yeah, let's give away some posters.
What we're gonna do, we're gonna keep it simple on us, because if we're gonna sustain the show, it needs to be simple on us. How many posters are there?
I think there's 4.
The first 4 people that say they want them. It's that easy.
Who wants a poster?
We'll sign them. The show will at least, all of us today in the room will sign them. Not that you care.
What if they don't want us to sign them?
It's because normally the cast would have signed them, but we
were all involved.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, nice.
It wasn't a diss. It was just saying the whole, you don't have the whole cast sign it.
Right.
First 4 people. I think we should do, we have one more jam to do. It's this, if we go onto the cam here, it's this Joy Sorrow pedal.
Yeah.
It's pretty saucy. We're going to do that in a moment. But first, let's do Hot Topics. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the part of the show where we take some of the hottest topics from your favorite page, the gear page, and we discuss them for a hot second because it's called Hot Topics. So
I want to say,
yeah,
we're a supporting member of the gear page.
Yeah.
Just want to say that.
Right.
The JHS show is, and so am I.
Yeah.
Separately.
A lot of people take our joking a little too serious.
Yeah.
You need a vehicle for humor.
Right.
And sometimes the gear page is an easy vehicle. But the gear page is a great place. I just want to say that.
It's a place.
Yeah.
I love the gear page.
You would. Okay, so there are quite a few hot topics that came in this morning. And boy oh boy, am I torn over what to talk about today, but I cannot resist this one.
We got time for multiple.
Okay, well, maybe we will hit multiple, and just in case we can't, though, I'm going to hit this one first. So, the question is, which tribute band for you? But the way I'm going to pose this, and I'm not sure what the context is, because I'm just looking at the headlines here, I'm going to ask, for each of us individually, if we had to start a tribute band, what tribute band would we start? So I'm going to ask Addison first, because Josh is doing something.
I was, before you stopped talking, I wanted to interrupt you because I was so excited. You have one guess for me?
Would it be the Killers?
Would it ever?
Yeah.
Every
Killers
record,
tribute
man,
band?
from beginning to end.
That would be a lot of fun to
It actually
play.
would be a blast.
Yeah, I think that's part of it too. It's like you're starting a tribute band.
Yep.
Which means
You
you've got
gotta love
Vegas
it.
shows.
Yes.
You've got.
Oh, so we're going big time.
You're going to be playing in Branson.
Come on. At the Holler.
Yeah, dude.
Come on.
So if you're going to have a tribute band, it's going to be a tribute band that you're going to have for, let's just say, forever. So Josh, if you had to start a tribute band, which band would you tribute?
It's easy. It's a band in a particular era.
Okay.
It's the no code era of Pearl Jam.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it's not so much playing covers, it's playing songs that they could have written that I wrote.
Whoa.
It's like
Interesting.
trying to, like, if that era never ended, I would be writing songs that I feel like they could have written.
Right.
Is that allowed in a cover band?
I think so, because you're covering
Right. That vibe.
the band.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
You got their back.
Joshua, if you had to start a tribute band, what tribute band would you start?
Why do you ask me questions like this?
Because I want to know the answer.
I wasn't prepared.
Just pick a band.
I don't know.
Okay, well,
Can we pick it for you?
Well,
How
I
about
think it'd be,
how about Kawan?
would it be
Okay.
Cloven Hoof?
No,
Or is it Woven Hand?
Woven Hand
Woven
is almost a deity to me, and like,
you would feel like it's blaspheme to start a tribute band.
but I would do Kawan.
Okay. I think if I start... So, to me, the hallmarks of a tribute band are that it needs to be far... At least this is for me. It would need to be far enough removed so that it would feel nostalgic. And I think if I had to be in a tribute band, and this is in a world where I have the abilities to also be in this tribute band, I think I would either do like a Peter Gabriel tribute band or like Steely Dan.
Dang.
And I say Steely Dan fully knowing that I do not have the musical ability to do so, but in this magical world where I get to have a tribute band, it
It's
might
your
be
world.
Steely Dan.
That's a
Rusty
good
L
topic.
wants me to be a tribute band to Selena.
Oh,
I'm just gonna let you figure that out.
that would be really interesting to see you tribute that music. Do we have time for one more?
Yeah.
Dude. Okay.
Good question, by the way, Nick.
Yeah, I thought it was a really great topic.
It was a hot topic.
It was a hot topic. Ba-ching. Okay, here we go. Does pedal color matter to you? Or how important is pedal color to you? And they spelled color in the British
the correct
way.
spelling.
So how important is pedal color to you, Josh?
I think some people know. We did an episode on this. I did a Patreon talk on the history of pedal color. It matters a lot to me. It matters more to me.
Like, is it a make
It's a
or
s-
break to you?
It,
Like, and if you're gonna, like, you're building a pedal board,
yeah.
and there's like an overdrive pedal, and one is green and one is purple, and they sound exactly the same.
Oh.
Does it matter?
Yes.
I would use the green overdrive.
Yeah.
And I think if there's too many of a color, I can't handle it. I want a variety.
Oh, okay.
So if I had like a favorite pedal, like for instance, I'll never take a Morning Glory off the board, and it's gold. So any other gold pedal is subject to proximity and
Okay.
that pedal. It's always going to lose to the Morning Glory.
What about you, Addison?
That's quite literally the way I feel.
Yeah.
And color is important to me.
We're
In
so
fact,
we're vain.
we are.
Yeah.
I had a choice between a gold Ryra clone and a purple Ryra clone. And you can ask my wife. I went back and forth for days. Which one do I want? I was looking for a used one. A gold one popped up. And I was like, I want that one.
Yeah.
Why? Because I associate clones in
Oh.
the color gold as
Yeah.
well. So that played a part into it.
Interesting.
There's
Interesting.
a few things at
Yeah.
play here.
Yeah.
I like it. What about you?
I feel like ideally, just the color aesthetic would always be on point, but I don't care enough. I care about color aesthetic on some things for sure. Like, I'm wearing this, so yeah. But also, with pedals, not so much. It's kind of like an added bonus if the pedal is a cool color.
Yeah.
But a lot of pedals aren't cool colors.
So in the comments, do you care about colors and how much?
I
What-
care about colors.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
sorry.
You just were so like you just objected so much.
How
when
do you-
asked me
how do
the
you
last
feel,
question.
Josh?
I
Joshua.
want, if I were a guitar player,
You are.
I would want shimmering pink, like the Lucky Cat, black and gold.
And you love the old Blood Noise aesthetic, the
I
illustration.
do. I would leave you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's been Hot Topics for today. Thank you
Yeah.
for watching Hot Topics, the
Like,
show where
in
we
the
talk about hot
comments,
topics.
Tell us if you care about color. What band would you be in as a cover band? Those are the two that I think.
Yeah.
Those are saucy.
Can I ask a follow-up question to the color question?
You can.
Yeah.
Might as well. We're here, right? Do you guys ever get bothered by too many of one brand on your pedal board? Does that ever? But there's one exception for me, and it's Boss pedals.
Oh yeah.
It's because they're made to go together, like Skittles.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I have felt that.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, it was that I had too many JHS pedals.
It
And
feels-
it's not because they're not good. It's because if it seems like I'm like shilling JHS pedals to the world.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's like I legit like all these pedals, but I feel like people are going to look at it and be like, what a sellout.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
That's why now it's great. I have a little variety.
I don't like all JHS pedals either. It feels gross.
Yep.
I mean, like,
Sure.
I love everything. I love variety.
It would be like if you were like a photographer and all of your photography was self-portraits and you hung it up around your house.
Yeah.
And you're like, check out my photography. And
Yeah.
they may all be good in their own right as photographs, but then it would feel weird if you were like, here's my gallery of self-portraits. You know what I mean?
It'd be like somebody that only cooks their meals and doesn't let anyone else eat out.
Huh.
It's not the greatest parallel.
It's
but
okay. I mean, I think I get the sentiment.
I've talked a lot about cooking. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Who won these posters?
The winners of the posters are Thorn with a 0.
Yo.
That's a good name.
That's the third. Dude,
have
he's
they won?
quick. He's won a couple.
He
Way to
probably
go,
lives
Thorn.
down the street,
He
so
might.
he hits the server immediately.
Yusuf Kasim,
Ooh.
Wink Hole Records, and Chelsea Goomtam. Goomtam?
What a way to
Goomtam.
advertise for your record label or record store.
Yeah.
Win something.
It's amazing.
Please email vlog@jhspedals.com
If you've won anything today.
Speaking of promoting,
if you want.
Speaking of promoting things, did we do a musical or like is that
We
just
did.
was that a rumor?
We did a musical, and it's up. So go check it out. You know, I've heard a lot of grown men having problems with watching a musical, but I think they need to not be afraid. What do you think, Nick?
I think they need to not be afraid too.
Yeah. Here's a little commercial, and then we're gonna do the last jam, and I might give something else away. I just want to give stuff away.
It's finally here. Pedals the Musical. Relive the drama.
With Octavia, what you see is what you get.
Sing along with your favorite songs.
I've got charm coming out of my nose, and everybody loves this face.
Embrace the heartache
Everything's crap.
and get swept away in the magic.
I'm astounding, amazing.
Pedals the Musical. Now available on the JHS Show YouTube channel.
Is anybody else experiencing low sales? Like extremely low sales? Is it just me?
Wow.
I think it's the greatest
it's
musical
amazing.
ever.
Yeah, and when you're done with the musical, there is also a behind-the-scenes mockumentary
Which
that
is
we made.
Hilarious.
It is
so
it's
good.
in this. If you like The Office, but if you've ever been sitting, hold on. If you've ever been sitting down and you've been watching an episode of The Office, and you're like, this is good, but I wish these were pedals. We did it. We did that.
Yeah.
And it's called Pedals Behind the Curtain. I can't remember. I changed something else like 3 times on it. I can't remember what it says now.
It's obvious.
But it's there.
Just go-
You'll know
yeah.
what it is. Go watch it and send it to all your friends.
Let's do these questions about the Minim.
Number 1.
And these can't be from you.
Does it drip?
Does it drip?
Yes.
No.
No.
That's a plate.
Spring.
Aiden Ray has a question about money. And I always like these questions.
Like financial.
Yeah, he's
like
just
budgeting?
looking for some budgeting advice. Are reverbs expensive because they're complicated to make? The reason why I like this question is because, again, I answer a lot of emails, and a good number of those are about money.
Yeah. That is a good question.
I think it's reasonable. People should know why they're paying what they're paying for.
Yeah. A reverb is one of two things. It is usually 98% of the time a digital pedal using a digital chipset that produces digital signal processing, so a DSP chip. A popular one might be the Shark chipset or something like that. Those are very expensive. It's basically a computer processor that you put in a pedal. So that's the typical case with any pedal. With the Minim, I don't know what his processor is. It could be one of several things. It could be FV1. It could be Shark. It could be there's all kinds of things. It could be ARM processor. That doesn't really matter. It is just the fact that they are more complex. There are some high bill of material costs. Like if you compare an overdrive pedal, you have op amps, resistors, capacitors. You have basically common analog electronics. The bill of material, it will be drastically different from an overdrive pedal to a reverb pedal. It is more expensive. You generally have more knobs, which literally means this pedal, every knob costs something. Like every pot for the knob costs something. The other alternative for a reverb pedal is that it actually has a spring in it. So it's like a big, if you watch the Does It Drip with Ryan from 60 Cycle, if you watch that, God bless you. But that's a big piece of hardware. It's bulky and it's expensive. So reverbs are more expensive. When it comes to most things on the market, delays and reverbs share a commonality, which is they use a DSP chipset that has to be pretty powerful. Octave pedals are in this camp. So as I look around the room, they're just more expensive. If you get into Strymon, for instance, some of these pedals are like the Big Sky and Timeline. Those are basically they're more powerful than like laptops from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
They just are.
Well, and I think people misconstrued like, oh, digital, it's easy. I just type in some numbers on a thing and it makes it's like, no, not really at all. It's actually the opposite. I mean, think about it in terms of that lawnmower that your granddad had that was just a bunch of blades on a spindle thing. And like a sick, crazy huge lawnmower.
Standard.
One of those.
You know what that is?
Is it the stand-up ones?
It is.
Yeah.
And it's yellow.
I want to get one so bad. I have a really big yard.
You got a big yard.
I really do.
Heck yeah.
But think about it that way. It's like more parts, more functionality, and it all costs something. DSP is not cheaper.
Yeah. I think we covered that really well. One more?
Amen.
Yeah. If you're...
Josh, I like having you.
It's really nice.
It's nice to see you.
Thanks.
Your hair's great today. Go ahead.
Thank you. What parameters does a modulation knob actually modulate? It's obvious on a delay, but not always on a verb.
It's going to depend on the design. I'm trying to think of something that actually has a knob called mod. I guess a Memory Man, some versions. It's going to usually be the depth of modulation, the extreme of the effect.
That one does.
Yeah, like the Starlight has a mod. So when I turn the mod up, it's turning up the strength of the modulation. So it depends. Chorus vibrato is probably the depth is being raised. But I've seen mod controls that are actually the speed, where the depth is preset, and when you turn mod, it's the speed. I think, is a Memory Man that way? My brain's dead. Yeah.
Mine has both depth and...
Depth and... I think there's a Memory Man a copy of a Memory Man. So, point is, Panther Cub's an example of, like, you have an internally set parameter and, mod, it's like speed. Mod is depth, and speed is internal. So it depends. And just read the owner's manual and see. Let's play this last pedal. It's a doozy. Down at the monocam here. This is a big boy. That's a joystick. Yep, that's a joystick. This is the SchockRock pedals Joy and Sorrow. Now, I have a letter here. I've known Brandon for a while, Brandon Schock, and he calls his pedal SchockRock. I mean,
which is
pretty flaming
pretty
hot.
Great.
That's okay. He sent me some stuff. I love everything he's ever made. Go check out his Instagram. Just, maybe he's on the chat. I don't know. If you're on the chat, say, hey, Brandon. The last line of this letter explaining the pedal says, oh, yeah, your slide tone is better than Rhett Scholl's. So, let's talk about his pedals. If you want your pedals shown on the show, you just flatter my slide playing. That's not at all how this happened, but there is a universe where, you know, whatever. Here's some stuff he's made over the years. So SchockRock pedals, that's SchockRock. Portland. Keep It Weird, Wizard made hand-wired effects. This is the Beast Boost, really cool pedal. I think he does these kind of when he wants to, limited runs. These are like hand painted, really cool. Color of Time. This is another one. Look at that autofocus, just doing its job. Thanks, Sony. Your menus are horrible, but your autofocus is on point. This is called Hell Santa Fuzz.
What?
It's the wintergreen. It's in a tuna can, I think. Volume and gain. Come on.
That's pretty cool.
Hell
like
Santa.
Tiny little.
Oh, Hail Santa.
Yeah, hail.
Sorry,
He has an
I was
accent.
I was like,
I am from
why is it called the
Alabama.
Hell Santa? I mean, I would buy
It's
a
like
pedal
when
called
I
the
say
Hell Santa.
set for sit.
Right.
Whatever.
Do you say crick for creek?
I don't. That's
Okay.
weird.
You say creek?
Yeah, go to the creek.
We always screw up saying crick
Really?
because we're from the north.
You're from the north. Okay, whatever. This is the can of Whoop Ass. Addison, here. Plug it in on the bass. Let's hear it on the bass.
Please. Okay.
Yes.
I really want to hear a can of Whoop Ass on the bass.
Can you open it up?
I don't think you can. It says do not open. Chuck Norris hair within for magic. If open, will summon Mr. Norris to retrieve his hair and magic from you. And remember, Death once had a Chuck Norris experience. In all seriousness, do not open.
That's amazing.
All right, here's a. This is a world premiere of the Rock Shock Whoop Ass Fuzz, can of Whoop Ass Fuzz on the bass guitar.
Oh, it has a mix knob, so it's good for bass.
That's why I handed it to you.
Oh, wait.
Should we do a jam?
Yeah, I think so.
We have time for another jam after this. What key you want, man?
Let's go. E or D, your call. Either one.
D.
D it is.
I'm going to mute my mic and just go into Tone Land.
Tone land. You want me to start this?
I mean, why not?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Sounds really good.
We just opened a can of Whoop Ass on the bass.
Can we just take a moment
That's
talk
good.
about how perfect this Starlight does the Memory Man. From
That's why I looked at you. My goodness.
Sounds so good.
That's incredible. Stop.
I'm exhausted from how good it is.
Come on, somebody. Hey, can I read this little reverb thing that I found? It's about this pedal. What is this called again?
The Joy and Sorrow?
That's it. It's about the Joy and Sorrow.
Yeah.
So this pedal's
Which we're now going to do.
Yeah, we are going to do it now.
Here's your preface. This pedal's like nothing you've ever plugged into before. It's a mood pedal. Nothing is what it seems in space and time when you manipulate them together. Get lost in your mind. Let space take your brain to new places. Also, each of these is hand-painted.
Make peace with your brain in outer space.
Hey.
All right, so what we have here, if we look down, we have 3 modes and a joystick and some controls. So let's talk about the Sorrow. There is basically a distortion kind of thing going on here. Let's see. Why do I have something on? Something's on weird.
The yellow guy there. See a light on. Yep.
Okay, I thought I was losing it. So, all that tone you just heard, the Windmiller was on. There we go. So yeah, you have this control is a gain. So think of this in a block here. So, kind of a preamp kind of vibe. Then you have, when you turn on the Sorrow, you have this chorus phaser mode. There's a mix. And then you have the giant knob here which controls like the space. The flange, I believe. And then the joystick is is different things there. So the speed, sorry.
I think up and down is space and side to side is time, maybe.
Yeah. The lost control, that's the big knob. It's a delay octave mix. So we'll get to that in a second. But yeah. Nick, you knew about this.
Yeah, I wrote your notes for it.
So that's really cool.
That's cool. And what mode are we in? Because each mode is like a different...
Mode 1, so it's chorus phaser. Mode 2 is chaos. That's flanger delay. That's super cool. Then you have chorus modulated delay trim, stars mode.
Cool. That's dope. Ooh.
There. That's cool. It's a little crunchy.
I like this mode. Turn up the dirt. Yeah, it's doing wacky stuff, which is has an unpredictability that's cool. I'm swelling it in with a volume pedal. Let's do some like droney E minor space music.
Cool.
I don't know if we know how to do that.
Oh, I think we know how to do that.
that song, I could picture myself walking through the deserts of New Mexico, climbing to the top of a bluff, staring into the night sky and seeing a goddess descend from heaven with a crown made out of stars and begin to tell me about the end of the world.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's usually what I mean, experience with any pedal, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
1 foot on land, 1 foot in the water.
Yeah.
Isn't that life?
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
We are.
I'm creeped out right
That's
now.
That's my life, Addison.
I'm like, I'm
that
the only
cool.
one in the room.
That little,
like
that like little last sound that you had was very.
I felt it.
I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, here it is by itself. so good. That's not the
Really
sound.
cool.
I hit the joystick, but whatever.
Yeah. That's one of the things about this pedal that's like cool, is that I don't think you're ever gonna get the same sound twice.
It reminds me of a country song.
Yeah, which one?
I was hoping you'd go there.
1 foot on the land, 1 foot on the water. Oh my God, we're doing this. 1 foot on the land, 1 foot on the water.
There I was, walking the desert roads of New Mexico. I climbed myself up to the top of a bluff, looked into the night sky and said, God, are you there? And all of a sudden, upon my weary eyes descended the goddess of the stars. She wore a crown of stars upon her head, and her gown flowed like the wind. She looked at me and she said, Joshua, I have a secret to tell you. She opened my third eye, and I saw the heavens and the earth pass before me, all of time and space. And I knew there was a truth to this world, but I could never tell it. And that was the day I died. But a new me was born, and I will live the rest of my life to tell that story.
You were on the G. We had a hit.
I'm
my gosh.
sorry.
So-
I just ruined it.
Can we do an album called the Cowboy Bible, and it's just that
Where?
just like that all the time?
I'm really afraid of the extra dimension that is having Josh with a mic.
Yeah.
That's good.
That was powerful.
We're gonna need to do next time we do a live that's just a bunch of random stuff. Is we're gonna have to do our Dungeon Master jams, but also Joshua and I at the same time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's gonna get nuts.
I think we need to go out on the high note. So that's it. This has been a good episode.
It's been a great.
It's been
We're cutting this thing off. Is what you're
we gotta-
saying?
No, I'm just saying, like, it's 3:53. We've wrangled this. We've wrangled the herd.
Guess who's getting home for dinner on time?
Yeah, it's amazing,
Dude.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
It's amazing people watch this.
it really is.
These pedals are cool. Go down to the cam one more time. That's on my head. That's the mono pedalboard head cam. There we go. Benson, amazing amps. My favorite reverb tank right now. It's strapped to the side of the amp, and it's what you hear in the episodes. SolidGold, incredible company. A lot of history there. Looking forward to doing a bio. Electro Harmonix speaks for itself. This is a really cool fuzz. It's in the most positive wording. It's gimmicky in all the right ways. And you should get it because it's super cool and it does one thing well. Cornerstone drive, very underrated. If I did underrated drives, this will be in it. It's really cool. It reminds me of everything I like about the Tech 21 double drive, but a little more gooder. The Mister O, a really fantastic phase shifter. The Windmiller, I really want to play this through like a 30-watt amp or like a JTM 45 cranked. It would sound insane. The Minim, it's good enough to make Joshua want to leave JHS. This guy, the Joy and Sorrow, I think it spoke for itself. Starlight, I'm a big fan. The Memory Man settings, what I've been using. Yeah, that's it. If you like this, hit like, subscribe. We have shirts and diddles that you can go buy. You can support the show and what we're doing. There's a website, and there's all of our episodes on there. This is the kind of thing you need in your life to scroll around. If you're looking for new music, Record Time's been going now for almost 2 years. It's a lot of albums, and this is some of my favorites. Nick's are scattered in there as well. And it's a lot of good music, or music you'll hate, but it's new music. Merch again. Patreon, I do long form talks on there. We're about to reformat all this. Pretty exciting. But there's a lot of cool stuff. History and things that don't make it onto the show, because the show's a very concise thing. The lives obviously aren't, but the Friday episodes are very concise and pointed, and we have to leave out a lot of things. So there's a lot of complimentary episodes over there that you'll really enjoy if you've liked some of that stuff. Like how to collect pedals. You've never seen that, have they? No.
Probably not.
No. How I started building pedals alive. That's where we're advertising for the next day. So if you're on Patreon, you know the day before. History of JHS. Look at Nick smiling. Yeah. You have a good smile, Nick. That's
Thanks.
it. That's it.
We did it.
We did it. We did a thing. Yeah. Go watch Pedals the Musical and watch the BTS behind the scenes documentary, a very serious documentary. It's amazing. That's it for today. I guess this is where we say goodbye.
Yeah. Bye.
I'm not ready to say goodbye,
I was
but
gonna say,
I need
I'm
to.
sad. It was a fun day.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.